guest here with us in the Human Touch exhibit in Las Vegas happens to help travel-related companies offer co-branded international cellular data plans using one-click eSIM technology. And that sounds not only interesting, but very helpful to a lot of folks that travel the world. The CMO of CeliTech is Lauren Koenig. Did I say that right?
Absolutely.
How are you, Lauren? Welcome into tomorrow.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Tell me if I did your introduction properly.
Perfect.
So it makes sense what I said you do.
I'm about to hire you.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Beautiful.
Good. I need to semi-retire. So, but what makes you guys different then?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for having us today. We're super excited.
Our
We're
pleasure.
Exhausted with CES, but it was very worthwhile coming. So
Good.
It's CeliTech's first CES, and
It's
it's
our 28th.
Oh my goodness! You have to teach me you're gonna have to give me some pointers for next year.
Yes.
But I've been in the travel technology industry for a really long time, and connectivity is super, super important for travelers.
Yes.
And COVID even forced connectivity on a deeper level, right? So when we're not connected, when we're not online, it can actually wreak havoc in business and personal life in a lot of different areas. So CeliTech, like you said, we're one-click connectivity for global travel. So we empower travel companies to power their travelers with connectivity. So we are eSIM technology. So the new iPhone 14, for example, doesn't even come with a hard SIM card anymore.
Right.
So we're moving into that area where the SIM card, eSIM, is going to be almost just like Bluetooth, right? And now we all know what a QR code is, because COVID was like, if you don't know what that is, you're going to learn now.
Exactly.
So we deliver our eSIM.
People still say, well, what does it stand for?
Absolutely.
Well, quick response, of course.
100%.
And it is, in fact.
It is.
Yeah.
And so we're able to deliver our eSIM through a QR code. But ideally, when we work with travel companies, it is during, we bundle it. So we will bundle the connectivity, we'll bundle the eSIM with a car rental, hotel, an airline. So when you check out, we're really excited. We're launching with Kayak in just a couple weeks.
Oh,
so super excited. We love Kayak.
As well you should be, because
Absolutely.
that's certainly a big travel company
Absolutely.
that can help make connections.
Yes, very much so. And so when you're on Kayak, for example, in a couple weeks, you check out, it pulls the dates and the destination of where you're going. We recommend the amount of data that you will use, and you can choose the amount of SIM cards that you'd like to purchase. We will save your customer 80% on normal data that you'll buy anywhere else. We're premium connectivity, so that's really important for our CEO to make sure that we're never stingy, right? But our cost is, we will give savings. Travel companies will make a lot of money, so we're in the ancillary revenue area. And when you check out, you get a QR code sent to your email, scan it, one and done, and now you're connected when you land in destination. And the coolest thing, which we're most excited about, is that it is a brandable network. So, for example, when you purchase the eSIM through Kayak, it'll say Kayak on the upper left hand of your phone, delivering your customer about 400 impressions per day. So you'll be constantly reminded of who sold you that awesome connectivity.
Sure. And,
Yeah.
and we mentioned international, right? So it's not going to work in the U.S., for example?
Well, it just depends on the destination of where you're going. I mean, Canadians love us because they're paying $10 to $15 dollars per meg. I mean, it's almost offensive.
Yeah.
And then it's throttled typically. So we don't throttle our data.
So
again,
Canadians
always
love you.
premium. They love us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're proud because we're U.S. hosted and U.S. made, which is important because we don't stinge on privacy or security, and that's becoming more and more of an issue and concern to customers nowadays. So
What inspired you guys to come up with this? Because I'm assuming maybe a lot of international travel and saying enough being ripped off around the world, literally.
Well, exactly, because our CEO, I'll have to share a little secret. He he spent 100 euros sending an email once in 2017.
100 euros for one email.
Yep, he had to send out an attachment, and it was super expensive. And he was like, you know what? There's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
And so he's spent about a decade in the telecom industry, and so he's developed this product purely because of getting bad, food poisoning from, bad mushu in China because he couldn't look at reviews, or spending 200 pounds on a black cab because he wasn't connected at the airport and couldn't, call an Uber.
Yeah.
So we don't realize how many opportunities for mishaps can happen during our trips, and being connected is, probably the most important thing nowadays.
And we've heard things from listeners, for example, that, but taking kind of a digital break when we travel is a nice break. But then, come on, how do
Exactly.
you not be connected these days?
Yep.
I mean, it's 2023 for crying out loud.
That's what we
I
say.
couldn't function if I didn't have a connection.
If you need a break, just put on airplane mode for a couple minutes.
Yeah,
Then you're
yeah,
go. It's problem
exactly.
solved. But at
Take
least
a
you
nap.
Still, exactly. At least you still have connectivity when when you're landing in destination, or you need to connect with someone for work or kids or emergencies, push notifications. Your flights are being delayed, right? So there's really not an excuse to have these mishaps. And nowadays, I see people in CES walking around with 2 cell phones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
come
of
on.
course.
I'm like, no thanks. I'm good. Give me my eSIM. One and done.
But now this is only going to work if you've got an eSIM phone.
Oh, yes. So we have about 1.5 million devices already today enabled with eSIM. So in about 2025, we're looking at about 3.5 billion. So we're on that trend. So yes, the phone has to, a device has to be eSIM enabled.
Sure.
So we're not just
Okay.
phone, right? iPads, things like that.
Right.
So it's about, I think it's iPhone like X and above, and Android. I'm not an Android person. I have to look at that data.
Well,
but
because I am an Android
yeah.
person, so we need to know at
if
some
it's made
point.
in the last like 4 years, you most likely have it.
Okay.
So people don't realize it's way more prevalent than you realize.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, it's encouraging what you're doing, and we also, of course, before the pandemic, traveled a whole lot more, like most of the world, right?
Yep.
But we're all getting back into whatever normal is,
Yep.
right? And it's encouraging to know that perhaps we can also save some money through one of your partners
Yeah.
in dealing with something like this. So Kayak is a good start. Keep it up.
Absolutely. Now we got big things this year. We're super excited, and it is only January 5th, 6th, something like that. So like I said, we're just getting started, and what's really awesome about this company is that connectivity is a global problem. So even in third world countries and things like that,
Sure.
we're really focused on just trying to do good, be good, deliver good, and premium is part of our name, right? Like that's what we believe in. And like I said, we're just getting started, and there's a lot more that we can do. But we want to be able to, like I said, empower our travel partners to be able to just distribute eSIMs as much as possible. And so that's our focus of 2020. I almost said 2000. I was like, what year is it?
Yeah, it's 2023, I think.
2023.
Last time I looked at my smartwatch, it said 2023.
Exactly.
You ought to be the chief marketing officer because you're so motivated. Oh, you are, yes. Lauren, thanks so much for spending a few
Appreciate it.
minutes with us because
Absolutely.
I like what you're doing. Keep up the good work, and hopefully more and more eSIM devices come out, whether they be tablets or phones or otherwise, so that you have that connectivity around the world. It's
Well,
very
connectivity
important.
that rocks your world. Because that's what we deliver.
Oh, again, marketing. Go figure. I'm Dave Graveline. Stay tuned. CeliTech.com. It's CeliTech.com. CeliTech. We'll get you there too when you visit our site at intotomorrow.com. Come and see the interview with Lauren and all of our guests this week in Lost Wages, Nevada. I'm Dave Graveline. We're back. We're back with more from the Human Touch exhibit here on the Advanced Media Network. Stay tuned.